Hello, hello. My name is Mary Moses. Welcome to the forest part of Forest Fairy. This is a place where we explore the depths of your past, the blueprint of your soul, your higher self, deceased loved ones, your purpose, whether you have a bunch of parasites or jerks around you, how to destroy the jerks, and how to live your best life with the best purpose. Every day I've been bringing some new concepts to you guys. One concept I brought for you was a pine cone anointed with blueberry thyme oil, because wood absorbs oil, and you put salt on it. Or you can even have little acorn caps with salt on it. Put it in the window and it emits negative ions, and it smells totally awesome. The other thing I brought for you guys today is the ability to activate your crystals with sound. You put your crystals inside something that makes some kind of really cool sound, like this right here. Let me twist it, hold on. There we go. This one, I activate my salt. A salt activator. Does it work? I don't know. It brings magic to my heart. Here, you take your crystals, you put it inside, and you just hit the ball. It's much louder when it's on your hand and you do it, and it actually activates them. And when you activate your crystals and talk to them and put your energy in them, you can make a beautiful powder with crystals. I put activated bamboo charcoal in it for negative ions, and some edible glitter, and some blueberry thyme, and it emits the negative ions that are really good for your heart chakra. And you can put different colors in there. I put edible dust powder. You can color your hair with it, anything. And then I put a little lip balm on top and a locket, blueberry thyme. What? And so yeah. Get into magic. Get into the idea that things are alive. Crystals are alive. Powder's alive. Maybe. Acorn caps. Things. Nature loves you. Nature wants to bless you. If you want to use the word bless. How about let's use the word nature wants to vibe with you. Let's light our candle. And today we're going to be reading for Gina. If I do not talk to you for a while, it's because I'm staying connected to Gina's energy, because it is Gina's special day. I don't like to distract myself so that the reading can be pure. So Gina, welcome to Things Sacred. You are a sacred holy temple. I'm a sacred holy temple, and we are blending into one person. That's why we love each other so much, and we feel each other. So let us turn on the lights within, above, and all around. There we go. Nice bright light. When I first opened TikTok, there was someone who said, "Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man." Yes, I know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane. Well, he used to live on Drury Lane. All right. It's weird how God is starting to talk through all of us. So if you have a question, it's like somebody pops up out of a lollipop field going, "Oh, I have the answer." It's like we're talking to each other through each other now, and it's getting like literally crazy. And it's wonderful at the same time. I was in Target yesterday, and this woman just randomly came up, and we were talking about cotton clothing, and she was like, "Oh, I had a cotton farm. Oh, frequency of clothing." And I was like, wow, okay. Mushi. Mushi is our beautiful butterfly. Mushi loves you. Mushi has 320 hertz frequency, which is life energy, and it activates your peace. Does it? Maybe. We're going to kiss Mushi because we love Mushi. Mwah. There we go. Gina, somebody told me to tell you that we're going to be doing 2 pieces for you, because for some reason there's a lot to be told to you. So be prepared for that. However that turns out. We're going to hear a song in our head. and we're going to do a little meditation. La 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 la. Okay, so Gina, I am in a house with you, and we are like orphans, and like Orphan Annie or like Pippi Longstocking, and we live by our own rules, and we make our own stuff, and we braid each other's hair, and we love each other, we touch each other, we feel each other telepathically, we're incredibly connected, and it's an amazing experience. I see we're cleaning the floors with brushes on our feet and bubbles all over the floor. And I see that we go up in the attic and we go into treasure boxes and explore the treasures of our minds, our past, really. And you and I have a lot of fun. We sneak around. We don't like to be bored. I get that vibe from you. It's like, I don't want to be boring or bored. And so we sneak around and we make secret passages, behind bookshelves and under staircases, and we have like secret little hiding places. And so we're always creating new secret hiding places. Why? Everybody around you needs their own sacred place to recapitulate and to heal and to be balanced and all that. So we make these amazing little teepees or these little things that are like places of healing and privacy and to keep what is sacred sacred. Let's make a wish. All right, so the wish is you're going to take a deep breath and you're going to make a wish, and we're going to blow this candle out. What is your wish? Here we go. Doop, doop, doop. Nice smoke. See the smoke? Is it alive? Maybe. Okay. Gonna hear a song. Always the same. Only names will change. This world feels strange, but I will make it mine. There is no time, only my right. Don't need no dime, don't need no chime. Gonna make it mine. I feel fine in the summer wine. Drink it in. There is no sin. We all win. There we go. Okay, I know why we're going to do two pieces for you. This piece is going to be about something, and the other piece is going to be about something, and I'm not sure if it's which is which yet. But let's bring this nice looking doggy out with his tongue sticking out. So, once upon a time, you guys have had eyes made of light. Like Noah. When Noah opened his eyes, Noah that was on the boat, his eyes shone with light. You're being communicated that was your eyes. And everybody has eyes made of light. And no irises, no eyeballs, just light. And something happened where that's not the case now. And there's some little fellow here. There's the number 8 a lot. I believe that you're here to light the 8th flame. And, but I'm not sure yet. You have a very, very prominent horse. White horse. And this is probably connected to you, your spirit guide, in this white of your eyes, like Noah. Now, if you look into the history of the ones who had the shining eyes, there's a big story about them. They heard the voice of God. They had manna in them. Manna is a supernatural power not everyone has. This supernatural power can go inside objects, people, groups, all that. And if you had this certain particular power, or even, I don't know, but you're, I wouldn't call you the shining ones. I would call you, it was some sort of race, that, is connected to the extraterrestrials. It says ET. Now, this doesn't mean that wasn't godly. It says CHVA. So this is going to be something connected to you. CH. Now, Spirit speaks in a myriad of ways. This could mean a lot of things. We're going to just keep it. It says Moss, or maybe Moses or something, but MOSS, Moss, Mozo, some name. And then there's flowers everywhere. Your head is, you have a giant eye above your head now. This is a lot of talk about eyes now. There's children everywhere. And, people seated around a table. There's thousands of people coming, all around this table, and especially children. And your grandmother is coming forward to, first of all, this is going to be hard for me to bring out. This is somebody like an ancient relative. It could be the grandmother. She's right here. Okay. But she says you had faces a long time ago that looked like fire. And it did say ET right here. Okay, so these eyes of fire, this head of fire, and this neck. And you had an ability in your very long distant past. And now look at your nose, and there's something going up in your nose, like a frequency that went up your nose, up into your pineal gland. And this frequency did something. The Egyptians used to sniff frequency. The ankh, they would hit the ankh and the frequency would go up in their nose. And it made you have eyes of white or something. Can you imagine having an addiction to sniffing frequency? That's hilarious. Anyway, to stay connected to your grandmother, astral travel was just common, like riding on a bird. And here she is riding on a bird, letting you know something. And you're eating the number 8 in your mouth. And this number 8 is a sacred flower. So this goes like this, and then there's another 8 that goes like this. Now, be aware that that is a number 8. It is also a flower, but it is also the number 33. It is also some kind of communication about communicating with flowers, or something about some kind of spiritual property of the flowers. But if you look here, all these people in a line, and then these people, look, they have eyes of light. Their eyes, they have no pupils, and they don't have faces. They're just lights like this. And I wouldn't say that they were alien. I would say they were like Noah. Noah had eyes that were white, and he had hair that was white. We just so happened to be in the white hair, white rabbit 2023. And so this white hair, white rabbit, white eyes energy, you're holding, so there was a contract that was signed. Something happened where now you have pupils. Now you have eyeballs like other humans, but you didn't before. And you have a star like right at your throat. This white star, white rabbit, white horse is all about who you guys were, and your memories completely erased because of somebody underwater. And this is a snake that goes all the way up. So snake of people, if that makes sense to you. The snake was an allegory for a walk. They were walking, and they walked a long, long way. And this snake is about the ascension of your origins. So these are people walking up the body of this snake. And here, the snake is something. I don't know what yet. And this man, he has this symbol on his crown, and he is made of light and white. Very, very holy, strong 8th flame energy. So there was a time when this pretty little angel here, this young girl wearing this pretty little dress, oh my word. Oh, she looks like a pretty little angel. And she has beautiful wings like this. And something happened. So, let's look at your origins. We're going to go down here. Thank you to your elders. They're coming forward to tell you everything. The scarecrow on the This is a jerk. This is some jerk. And they look Asian, but I don't really know. But the scarecrow on the cross is a negative energy came into the reality, and we are all one, right? Spirit's going to want me to tell you this, so we have time. But I just see your faces were white, and then you couldn't breathe. Where you breathed in a certain frequency before, you couldn't breathe, and it was from somebody. Okay, so hold on a second. I gotta go into my little box here. I gotta get my little book here. Okay, so what happened was, this is a silly little story I wrote called Venus's Mind Trap. But so Venus had to catch jerk energy and eat it and transmute it, because people who have pain, shame, anger, negativity, our energy can get tangled up in the Wicked Witch of the West. So if Dorothy's mind reflected the dog, and the dog that got into the Wicked Witch of the West garden, which is someone else's energy, they can actually spread a spiritual virus through people. And this is a story of how nature worked as one consciousness until a fly that follows death and poop and disgusting things and eats disgusting things came into this beautiful garden. Suddenly people started feeling negative. Suddenly their white energy and their vibrance began to diminish. And this is a scarecrow on the cross. This is somebody who didn't know any better, ignorant. Maybe something was released from this dark world, and this dark energy came up, and then the entire garden was filled with these flies, and these flies took away our power and our telepathic energy, and actually lowered our frequency where we weren't breathing the right frequency anymore. The frequency that we were breathing took our astral abilities away and many things away, and it was a very, very sad thing, because you can see these thousands of people having to walk up the body of the snake to even get back to the white horse of their origins, and maybe it was our fault, I don't know, but this jerk is the origins of it. And so anyway, so there's somebody here, and somebody says I love you here, and is showing animals and children and this very loving origin of just, hey, I am you. It does say I am you. I am on A-I-N or A-N-N, so I can't hate anybody because you are me. So, we could walk around hating ourselves and hating each other. It's fine. But, or we can love ourselves and love each other. But, this person is showing somebody with their head cut off. And all these heads are cut off. And everybody's head was cut off. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Off with their head, off with their head, off with their head. And everybody's heads were cut off. And there is no death. So it says BC 31. And the frequency fork had to be used, and many other exterior frequencies. And there's this Santa Claus on a throne here, as well. And it may have something to do with Saturn. And Saturn putting us in a frequency and like a prison. And we lost our memory. And so this is someone in your distant family whose head is cut. And then we take the slow, painful ascension to who, and it says WHR, WHS, who we really were. And then, of course, like any not very smart person who wants to control everybody, money dominated nature and mind and so many things. And these coins were like curses. And these coins are curses. And so these coins became curses. And everybody carries a coin in their pocket. It's a curse. So these are the curse of your people. And they put you in an upside down world. So at a certain place, it says souls, SOULS. And then it changed from where your soul to this place upside down. It says TH. And then TH something. I'm having to read it upside down. It could be Toth, THOTH, and then it says orbs. Hold on, let me pull back. Those, THOSE, those left behind. Those left. And notice how it looks like intestines. And then this is in black. But your people are this white energy that is this letter in white. So this is a curse. This is not. And it says, and it's spelled backwards. It says CH. Anyway, everything was flipped backwards. Everything. Who we were, everything. And so we were told we were something. That was a lie. Black, that's a lie. The white is something true. So anyway, let's move on from there. But you just have all these ancient peoples that said, "Oh, grandmother, what big eyes you have, this wolf in the bed." And all these little stuffed animals are in the bed and everybody is sick. And this illness made you have pupils and you became like the rest of the world. And you have the letter S here. And you've been sick basically ever since. And there's a tower that has fallen over, meaning that the world that was once was no longer exists. And so the tower fell, and everyone has black hair and everyone has dark eyes, but that wasn't the truth. The original was you guys were kind of invisible in a way. You were lights. They won't tell you this, and you won't hear this. The only stories that you can hear of these particular people are Noah. Noah had the eyes that were light, that when he opened his eyes, the whole room would light up. So let's go forward. So then possibly a SIM card was inserted into us technologically, maybe into our souls, maybe into something happened where now there's something there that wasn't there before. It's kind of like the last Memsy. And then there's this being here. And it's the same bearded man that wants to talk to you. And is holding something. Same eyes of light. Memorizers. Oh, yes. You guys had memorizers. And there were people who were designated as memorizers. See the sun on the third eye? The sun was changed into like a SIM card. This was changed into this through ET, through some kind of strange technology. But here's the wonderful thing. God, manna, which is this white food here, manna can manifest in everything. So this cute little fairy is riding on a dragon, and this is a reflection of that we are never lost. We are never alone. God is with us. God, we can find our way back to God, and we are. Being eaten by the dragon is an alchemical symbol that we are entering into the halls of God now. This is the hall of truth, the hall of life, the hall of light. So yeah, you've got these cute little suns here, and they are made of white only. They don't have even one little tiny bit of dark energy in them. So this is, these are people the cosmic turtle that we are on wasn't always our home. So what man intends for evil, God intends for good. So now this place is a place of healing our souls. Where it was a place of dominating our souls, controlling our bodies, controlling our minds, taking over our minds with some kind of strange thing. We are now shifting it into making the best out of it. It says, ma'am, something. M-A-M-S. Put that there in here, but X. So everyone was seated around a table, and outside of the snake are white and purified souls, your original form. And the ones that are still working through the snake, we are like your grandmother and some people here. You have somebody else here. You have all kinds of people coming forward. This is another older person coming forward here, giving you a time capsule, a baby, and a little somebody saying they're holding a baby here, or something, or a soul, helping the children, helping the souls. And anyway, looking at a magnifying glass and looking closely is what this person's saying to you. That there's something that we may have missed. There's the number 22. And it says things throughout here. Look at that. You see how that says something there too? It says, serve. So our growth it goes from here. So it starts here. You didn't have pupils. E.T. came. Your eyes looked like this. You sniffed a different frequency. There was manna. Manna was God. It was the energy of God that you ate. This is why Jesus said, drink my blood and live forever. It was the energy of God that you could eat. Your third eye was like this, but then E.T. took and put a SIM card and changed what we look like. We didn't actually fly, but there's something about gravity not being as it is now. So we had abilities that we don't have now. You could take your energy and push it out and do things that we couldn't do before. You could take your mind and push it up, and you can go into the mind of an animal or a bird or a rock or a flower or anybody, and it was safe. Oh, hi, Wolf, I'm going to go talk to you. Yeah. There was no danger. What danger happened was who these people are or whatever happened, we began to go and astral travel like Dorothy allowed her mind to go into the garden of the reptilians. So there's some kind of race of people who came that when we tried to be a collective consciousness with them, it messed up our Taurus field collectively. And Taurus field is connected to the tornado. And your body is the house. So Dorothy's house that spun out of control and killed a witch was a metaphor that she died. And so we died and bounced to an alternate body that wasn't our original body. Usually when you die, you just bounce your consciousness to a parallel world. Like Dorothy only experienced getting hit in the head. She didn't experience death. And so we don't experience death, but we do experience something happened. Like the two towers that fell. The two towers in 2001, could have been that we had a collective death. We don't experience death. But what happened was, there's something that happened where usually when we pass away, we go into a parallel body that is of God, a garden of God, God's garden. And our consciousness was always in the garden of God, not in the garden of the reptilian wicked witch. But these reptilians and this energy got us thinking about them. We started serving money and famous people and started worshiping something outside of ourselves. And we began to get our net connected to them. And then they took our consciousness so that when we died, we didn't go into another body that was supposed to look like this one. We went into their body. And when our consciousness somehow went into their body, then they were able to control us. And we began to feel reptilian. This is where the word Gentile comes from. It's half Gen, half reptile. So that's why the Wicked Witch is the green reptilian Wicked Witch. Anyway, so really what happened is your original body was hijacked. And your consciousness collectively was hijacked so that you could no longer talk to God or animal or rocks or water or anything. You were now in a body that was not your divine body. And you felt very, very black. And then this ascension took us back to the white horse in our original body to be born again into our original self. And they're a bunch of jerks. So here you have more energy coming forward. I'm not sure what it is, but what it looks like to me is these elders, these elder beings in your family making out of sewing paper dolls and DNA. So there's some place where they're creating a new world. And this new world is making sure that when you pass, like white paper dolls that are made, that you don't go into that your consciousness doesn't go into the jerk. Your consciousness goes into your divine body. And so these paper dolls are a promise that the reason we don't die is because when we pass, I go into one of the bodies that are here. There is no difference. There's no difference. But these elders are currently working on a new world and creating the bodies, creating this place where our consciousness no longer gets diverted to the inappropriate mind or body. We are going now to the appropriate body. And you have many flowers, and these flowers are significant. They're like the white flowers. They make you live forever. But they're like manna or something, but it's like the story Tangled. She had the particular flower that activated her hair of fire. And a jerk mom put her in a tower and lied to her and said, you are worth nothing. You're dumb. You don't have any power. You don't have a mother and a father and a castle's far away. And those lights, why did they release all those lanterns? Because they were a reflection of your original form of your body, which was you were light. You were like the light like Noah. So those lanterns that float up, that's what that is. That's a lantern. These lanterns that floated up are a reflection of who you actually are. So once you get out of the tower and the jerk mom that lied to you and said, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you go out of the tower into a boat, and then the boat takes you to your horse from Tangled, and your horse takes you to your castle and your original mother and father, the crown, and you realize, oh wow, I'm immortal, and my consciousness was hijacked into the inappropriate body. And you go back to your original body of white souls, of light, where you will never go into the reptilian garden again and allow the tornado to take you to a spaceship where you get a pupil and an eyeball that is not your eyes. And you go back to time travel. This is a hummingbird. You were time travelers. And really, you shared consciousness. This is how you figured out whether foods were poisonous or not. You could go talk to a flower. You went and talked to God. You could talk to people. And every person that you ended up mentally being a part of, it was safe. Hey, I love you. I love me. Welcome to my energy. Is there a download that I can give you? Do you want to learn to become an artist? Here's the information. Hey, I learned to become this great, powerful thing. Hey, I want to learn to become great and powerful too. Well, welcome to my energy. I'm going to teach you how to do it just by connecting with me telepathically. Yay, we're all powerful together. Every time someone began something that was amazing and some kind of powerful thing, we could just share in each other's power and energy. What happened was this money, curse, reptilian energy separated us, where we began to hate ourselves and each other because we didn't see the truth. We were stuck in a world of lies. And the reptilian Wicked Witch does that because that is the World Wide Web. Wicked Witch of the West, WWW. And so you have a lot of S's connected to you. And there may be some communication with the body of this snake here as well. But that's the story. If you want to watch the movie Tangled again, that's your story. That is your exact story. Now, there are these little teepees here. And the teepees, like little houses, were places of I guess it seems like to me that because of the nature of who you are, like every day you had to activate your energy through the sun, like a glow-in-the-dark thing. You know, that a glow-in-the-dark thing loses its glow over time. like you were solar operated. You guys could not operate unless you were solar operated. So these little teepees had a hole in the top, and the sun would shine right straight into the top, into you, and you would activate your soul. So the teepees, they told us, oh, the teepees were just a place to sleep. That is a lie. It was a place where you actually activated this energy, like a solar light. Anyway, I don't know if even the history of this truth is even out there, but that's what happened. Let's go ahead and thank all the elders who came forward, and the grandmother, and these men that with the hairs of flames, and this fire, sun energy, and how the movie Tangled is exactly what it is. And thank you have a great wolf that is loves you. This wolf is this dog. And anyway, let's go look at you. This is your history. And you will be able to see more, and you may know a language that I don't, so that when these words come forward for you, you can see it, but I don't know the language to bring it out for you. So, sniff frequency, 963 hertz. Oh yeah, best drug ever. Yeah, all right. Sniffing frequency diminishes the power of that, and don't carry coins in your pockets. They're curses. All right, here we go. Next. Gina, what are you meant to do? You already know, but let's go ahead and go, because maybe there's something more to show you about your energy and your life force. You as a temple of energy. When I telepathically connect to you and I am inside your mind looking through your eyes, it should be like a candy store. I want this, I want that, I want to do this one, I want to do that one. I get a whole basket full of stuff and a whole basket full of eggs, and you have this amazing energy. And yay, thank you so much. Because, well, someone's going to want my energy. They're going to come into my store and say, what do you have? And I'm going to say, well, I'm an oracle, or I'm this or that. And they want to know how to become an oracle. They want to know how to do this. And they come into my candy store and get that. But if I have pain, suffering, anger, low self-worth, or self-importance, they're going to come into my store and get contaminated by jerks, by the reptilian. So let's see what your candy store looks like. You ready? All God's children need traveling shoes. Drive their problems from here. All good children read good books. Now your conscience is clear. I didn't hear you. Now your conscience is clear. In the morning when I wipe my brow, wipe the miles away. I'd like to think that I could be so well and never do what you say. I never hear you and never do what you say. Look, my eyes are just holograms. Look, your love is drawing blood from my hand. From my hand, you know you'll never be more than twist in my sobriety. More than twist in my sobriety. Look, your eyes are just holograms. I know you know not to go to McDonald's. I know you know this. I just want to say that. I'm just throwing it out there. Oh, looky here. You have a whole name right there. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You need to give yourself a new name. Everyone needs a new name. When you cross the threshold of this place, you get a new name. And yours is Washana. Washina. Washina? Yeah, the number 23, you're an oracle. Your grandmother came forward again. Well, this was supposed to be Gina's energy, but they are part of you, so. You have a strawberry. You're holding the number 8 again. You're here to bring the 8th flame. You're here to make a new earth. Everyone's sitting around and dining on white energy, manna. You are being led by God, but also your elders. There's a young boy coming forward. There are many children here. Now, there is somebody in a cloak down here. Somebody with their mouth covered. They can't speak. There's a gun. This may be a warning. Since it's down here, it's probably a warning. Because look, you have to, I'm sorry, but not everyone is allowed. Don't make the same mistakes as we did in the past to allow our consciousness to get entwined with the reptilian wicked witch, which is the World Wide Web. You know a person by the fruit of their tree. And I'm so sorry, but those who look, if they have the coin in their hand and they're carrying and revering and worshiping the coin, money, above truth and life, sorry, they're not allowed. All right, and I don't mean to be rude about this. And there's these boats, and all these people are landing into this place to come. But sorry, you're not wearing the glass slippers. You can't come, Cinderella. The glass slippers should fit your feet. And the glass slippers is a boat. So, yeah, there's somebody that needs to be like an oracle that has the ability to see if somebody has a gun, suicidal thoughts, can't speak, can't think, can't hear God, worships money, worships self, worships pain, worships all that. No, not everyone. I'm so sorry. Let the dead bury the dead, and we don't allow reptilian wicked witches in the garden. Okay. Now, I had a hard time seeing your face because you're a shapeshifter, which is normal for you. It says here. So look, I want you to know that you have somebody in your family that is holding their hands over your ears, having you hear something. But this is, you, that's you. Okay. So look, here you are. And one of your eyes is full of light. And you are somebody here. They cannot see or hear. And you, it says here, Hear, here. And you have the hands. And you are helping them hear the voice of God. And there's a fish on your head. And we're leaving the age of Pisces. This is the age of Aquarius. Your entire face makes a pot of water that pours out. And so here is this other person I was telling you about with their third eye looking like a hummingbird. This is time travel. Being able to travel our minds. This is something that needs to be practiced and perfected. I'm practicing it. We all practice it. And we are learning to perfect hearing the voice of God and obeying that divine order. Because if we all hear the voice, guess what? We're all in the right place at the right time. This is a language I don't understand. And it goes all the way across your page. I'm afraid to bring anything out. There's mountains behind you. And see the letter M, you're holding 2 rings of power. Now listen, I know you know what I know about the rings of power. They are about the glass slippers, the boat. This is the eye of the needle. It is lighting the 8th flame. And your hands are levitating. And you know what? You guys need to be getting into some stuff that walk on water, raise the dead. Get rid of old contracts. And so you're here to heal through, now it says here, but it has these flowers. And so we're going to heal through food. We're going to heal through telepathy. And this is a healing place. And your hands have healing hands. You're a healer, but you're also an oracle. And you're going to be everything. You're going to be so many things in the end. Because guess what? You'll be telepathically connecting with very powerful people. And you'll be, if you want to have what they have, you can just go and, so you're very connected to the hummingbird. And the honeysuckle of the flowers. So these are both you. You're going to learn and teach. You're going to heal as you heal. As you teach, you learn. 2 faces. Now, you're seated. And you're like on a throne or something. And then there's a word here. The feet. And so practicing to get your light back. You take your consciousness and you push it up like a invisible triangle above your head. You protect your head. You envision yourself full of light, and you envision this invisible triangle going up to a good place, never down, never to that world. And everyone is wearing graduation outfits. They are learning an ancient thing. To go back to it, it has to be practiced. It just has to. It's like Hogwarts. And so this person, oh, you know what it's like the show 11 from Stranger Things? Yeah. You're going to go learn to go see through other people's eyes, and you're going to think on someone. And I've been doing this. You think on someone for long enough, you will see through their eyes. You will feel how they feel. You will see everything. You will gain all their knowledge, all of it. But do not seek first a jerk. So if a famous person, somewhere you're standing in Walmart, there's all these magazines, don't look at those magazines. Don't look at those famous people. We do not need to be entangling our ethereal net with someone we don't know who they are. Seek first the kingdom of God and people who are part of that. We will heal each other and do some amazing things. So there's this man here. And there's your horse again. It's an invisible horse, by the way. You cannot see it. It's so white. It's like barely there. And teach only the white pages. And there's stone people. Talk to stones. Talk to crystals. The hummingbird. Not just the hummingbird. You have the hummingbird, and then you have the eagle. So this eagle is part of being mentally powerful. We're going back to the Garden of Heaven. And it takes work, because it takes trust, and it takes diligence, and it takes persistence in all efforts. We're no longer under the narcissistic control of the Cinderella and the evil stepmom, or tangled in the evil stepmom, the Wicked Witch of the West, which is the World Wide Web. We now are going back home. I'm so excited. All these beautiful white flowers, for goodness sake. I don't know what the power is of these flowers, but we got to get to the bottom of this. What is the name of this flower? I'm asking. So there's a horse on it's not a real horse, and it's a horse that is on a seesaw. Don't get diverted by the false light or the false horse. But here's the thing, and here's the truth for you. If you are illuminated and you keep your consciousness illuminated, the dark ones cannot see you or detain you. But there's a little warning here. I see a reptilian back here with a top hat, and it has the name Oz. We do not want our ethereal net to get entangled into the Wicked Witch of the West, and we go to the land of Oz. We do not want to go to the land of Oz. We want to go to the land of Iris, the goddess of the rainbow. And this is the name Osiris. There's a reptilian there with a top hat, and they want your eyes. They want to see through your eyes. They want your power. They want their eyes to be your eyes. They want your power and your truth. And here's what you say to anyone who has the reptilian trying to take your hummingbird, trying to take your mind from you, trying to put in something in your head. They can't see you if you don't think about them, first of all. If you are illuminated, they cannot see you. They cannot detain you. So when we go to sleep at night, we don't think about worry, fear, anger, nothing. We think on sacred geometry and advanced thoughts of mandalas, advanced thoughts of humming, advanced thoughts of the grid of life design, gold, advanced thoughts of activating our new name, the new home, our new clothing, our new people, all of it. Because if we waver just a little, our boat will get tipped over into the waters of chaos, which is connected to the reptilian. So I'm not giving you fear to say, you better watch out, you better not shout. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, maybe there is somebody that you need to cut off because of a contract. And I don't know why it says sun, and then it goes from that sun to this sun. We have to cut off all energies that follow death, period. Because our ascension is very powerful. So if you have family members or anybody around who causes drama, causes pain, causes suffering, it's okay. When we become powerful, they will feel our energy telepathically and they will end up coming, but we cannot think about them too much right now. If they are with the reptilian and they're part of the Wicked Witch of the West, we can't even worry about them. We have to consistently think on this new world. That's our job right now. So this being is quite tall. And the beings of light are being, you need to wear protection on your head. And we are being activated into our rainbow light body, for sure. For sure. And there are people here. And they have like little stars that they're holding, like a fairy godmother. Oh, this is a godmother. A fairy godmother says hello. It says Yeshua. Yahshua. Oh, okay. I think she wants me to tell you about the understanding of Yahshua. And it says whale, W-A-L-E, something. This person wants to continue talking. I don't know what they're saying. Wakey. So it's like whale, and then wakey, something like that. But your relatives continue to time travel. They can see through your eyes, and they are helping you, and you help them, and it is amazing. Now, your shoes, I don't see that you're wearing any shoes. You don't have shoes, you have flowers on your feet. Ground yourself, and oh yeah, that's right, we were going to look and see what these flowers are. It's called Yisa, S-Y-S-A. Oh, Yeshua is the flower, or something like that. Well, Yah means moon, Shua means the ray of sun, so moon, sun. But it's Yesa. Isa? Something like that. All right, stairs. Each stairway has a spell, and there is a word that goes across each threshold. Each threshold has a spell. You cannot climb up these stairs, and you cannot cross. This person down here cannot go up the stairs to where you are because it has a spell. And this spell has a name, and it's like it's something. It's almost like I could speak it. It's like blah, 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 like I could just say it, but it's like it has I, and it has this sound. Really, it's a sound. It's a frequency. It's a sound. It's not a word. It's a sound and a frequency that keeps people who are low vibe from coming up, because they have to do the work. Look, if they want to stop being a jinn or a reptilian, a Gentile, then they can easily. But they're not allowed to come and do what happened to you before, right? I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that. I know everyone's like, well, we are all one. It's like, yeah, but yeah. So you have to be a bloomed flower for your feet, for your shoes to be able to get to this level. And a bloomed flower is the 144,000, and there's a lot in esoteric or even alchemical symbology of the bloomed flower. You have to be born again. You have to know that you have a double self. You have to be two people in one. You cannot have the reptilian hat man on you. And you have to follow the Holy Spirit. And I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that if you want to keep a place pure, then the story of the Wizard of Oz is a very important story. Because while your consciousness is going up, we have to keep a protection around us so that we don't follow the false light, which is a pretend horse, is false. So it says Ia, Ia, Ea. It wants me to say it, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't know. It's like Xi. Zadie? I don't know. All right, well, anyway, so this is a symbol of you being on a throne, and this is somebody kissing you, letting you know you're not alone. We are being helped so much to get to this point that we are, and you are being encouraged to keep going. But because you're seated, this means that this is a time of judgment, and judgment means discernment. Are they wearing the glass slippers? Do they have the bloomed rose? Do they have the pyramid of light on their head? Do they remember? Can they speak the voice of God? If not, and they're holding the coin of the curse, then not yet, darling. I hope that you feel the light, and we will, help you from a distance, but we cannot worry or think on these individuals, because we will get our energy entangled in theirs and we'll make the same mistake again. We can't feel sorry for people. We can't feel sorry for them. We don't fight flesh and blood. We fight principalities and powers that we're unaware. And that's just the way it is. It's a ruthless thing. It is. But there are people addicted to alcohol, drugs, murderers, gun. There are murderers. And these murderers start with the letter MU. They are munchkins. They are muggles. They are addicted to money. They are of the mind and the moon. But we are of the sun. And so the sun is the new program. So self-importance, ego, all that, no, sorry. Bad diets, don't think about your temple being holy, letting your brain go into anyone's garden, letting your mind float anywhere with anyone, worshiping famous people, worshiping politicians. This is all contamination. It's all designed to get your ethereal net tangled into their reality and their mind, which corrupts the entire group of people. Let's talk about it from the book that we often read. Now, if you're a Christian, Jesus said, if you don't hate your brother, your mother, even your own life, you can't make it. Why? Because we came from a world of lies. We were hijacked, and we had to heal and grow. So any tree that bears no fruit should be cut down and thrown into the fire. Let the dead bury the dead. You think Jesus was kind? Not so. To go through the eye of the needle, to find heaven, we have to die before we die and let go of the old world full of lies and the false light and go to the true light and our true consciousness and our true body. So let's talk about what your double self is, since many of you have been born again and you've ascended into a higher program, a higher mind, and you're beginning to hear these truths. And these truths are in the Bible. And if you're Christian, it says that the glory of God hides truth for those who seek it, just so that those who seek it find it. And so we are seeking these answers, and we're hearing the voice of Spirit, and Spirit is telling us the truth. Your double self is an ethereal net. This is why Jesus said, let us cast our net and be fishermen of men. Okay, so he was a master of the net. It's an Egyptian connection to Noah and that snake that was in your first piece. Okay, so you guys have some energy that's connected to Noah. All right. The ethereal net is the luminosity that surrounds the physical body. This web of energy gets torn to shreds during daily living. Huge portions of it become lost or entwined in other people's bands of energy. If a person loses too much vital force, he becomes ill or dies. So your people got your consciousness that used to be one consciousness entangled in something that was like a fly, like Loki. And this fly, Loki, basically we died, and our tornado came, messing up our Taurus field and making us go to the land of Oz. So Osiris's soul that was killed or cut 14 times, the land of Oz is a piece of Osiris's body, and Iris is the goddess of the rainbow connected to the sun. So if we fell into Oz, we were in the lower world, and we were trying to find the rainbow bridge back to Iris, which is why you have a rainbow bridge with this goddess of light in your first piece, because this is the land of Iris, Osiris, Oz, Iris. So what I'm trying to say is, I know that we are all one, but yet not so. Remember when Christ said, somebody said, "Hey, Jesus, your mother is here." And he said, "Who is my mother? I don't have a mother. My mother is that who follows truth in life." If we're going to become a lighthouse to help lost souls at sea, we cannot give people our ethereal net and kill ourselves and suffer in the lower realm. It won't help anybody to do that. So what does your double do? Your double can jump over trees, fly through the air, become large or small, take the shape of an animal. It can become aware of other people's thoughts or become a thought and hurl itself in an instant over vast distances. It can even act like the self. When we recapitulate in the cave, we are taking back the power that was stolen from us, from our past, from our long, long past. So when you look at this piece and you see these souls that are lost, walking this trail, this is energy that was stolen, that must be recapitulated along the entire trail, must be cleaned up. Take back that power, and then diminish the lower world forever. Bam, bam. So all this needs to be purified. And so anyway, but you have to be careful, because you have an enemy, and the enemy is after your net. This is the World Wide Web, Wicked Witch of the West. You got to wonder why cell phones have an apple with a bite out of it, because your Taurus field, which is your ethereal net, looks like an apple. You do not want a bite out of your apple. It's the reptilian Wicked Witch who takes a bite out of your apple. In her world, you try to pick an apple out of her tree, and the apple tree will slap you. It will hurt you. So, it's not the power of the physical body that is destructive. It is the power of, it is your ethereal body that can be hurt, because your ethereal body is a collective consciousness. It has to be strong. And a person may receive what seems to be only a gentle hit, but hours or perhaps days later, the person may die from that blow. So the story of Dorothy is, don't let our beliefs, our emotions, our thoughts, worship of money, worship of religions, worship of politicians, don't vote and think about these politicians. It is a scheme to get our mind entangled in their garden, thereby sucking our power like a bite with an apple with a bite out of it, and taking us away from our garden, which is Eden. So Eden is the true garden. And I'm sorry, but it is ruthless. Not everyone's going to be allowed. Why? They don't know any better. And I hope people do know. I hope they will learn. So when you receive this art, Gina, know you have a language here, and it's more of a sound than words. It's something that protects you from jerks coming and messing up a collective telepathic, powerful consciousness. Why on Doctor Strange, if you've ever watched Doctor Strange, when that doctor came and spoke to the Ancient One, she said, no, get rid of him. Why not just allow anyone in? Because the ignorant, they're a virus. And what are we in? We are in the corona crown. The corona is connected to Glinda. Glinda had the corona crown, and she had the scepter, which is the blazing star. And this blazing star is a bubble. It's a pink bubble. And this pink bubble is a shapeshifter telepathic energy that is about the golden crown. It is the corona crown. And there is a wonderful explanation of why the movie Tangled was all about the crown, or Cinderella got her crown and all of that. Because it is a most positive thing that's going to happen to us is to realize our true home and our true body and our true abilities and all of that. But there is a sad part to the story, and the sad part is Snow White, who took a bite of the wrong apple and went, and her 7 chakras were not healed like the 7 dwarfs, and then she had to have the kiss of her other half to lead her to the castle. Or there is a negative story to this where the crown can be taken from you by a reptilian. They will replace your head with their hat, and they will try to control us and put us in a program where we have to work for food and water and divert our attention to ideals and programs that lead us to separation, anger, low self-worth, eating poison, drinking poison, blah, blah, blah. It's all about mind control. But this Yahshua is about balancing the moon with the sun, your flesh with your spirit, and setting very strong boundaries so that your dog Toto doesn't go into the garden of the reptilian witch. The Toto now seeks first the kingdom of God and will expose the false god, the great and mighty Wizard of Oz, who was full of hot air balloon. And we will fly over the 7 colors of the rainbow and go above money, moon, mind, munchkin, and muggles. So you're here to bring the 8th flame, and you're here to bring forward the energy of the sun, and we just have to cut all contracts and all energies to all systems that are leading us to being entangled with the World Wide Web. www. And, yep, you do know a person by the fruit of their tree, for sure. Oh, by the way, all of you guys are wearing these robes. Linen has 5,000 hertz frequency. It will bring you so much power if you switch to linen or cotton. Begin wearing the garments of this ascension. And all of your relatives and people who have gone, they are with you. And they're helping. And there's somebody writing on a piece of paper here. So if you've thought about becoming a scryer or whatever, you are an oracle. It had the number 23 right here. Right there. And it has the number 4 here. You're connected to a judge energy that sends people to one of the 4 realms. There are 4 arms to the universe. That's why the swastika is like the 4, or the cross makes the 4 directions, or the 4 spirals are the 4 spirals of the galaxy. There are 2 upper realms and 2 lower realms. So it looks like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people get sent to the 2 lower realms. Murderers, ignorance, deafness, money, muggles, all this, they go to the 2 lower realms. The 2 higher realms are for those who can hear the voice of God and are ready to obey it. I hope that made sense to you. And the reason I don't want to bring out these words is because I think that you'll be able to see it. I believe so. So the upside down rainbow, it's the upside down world. We were in an upside down world, and we will call it jerk world. And we don't want to be there anymore. But you know what the wonderful thing is? You are not there, and you are being helped, and you're being told by your double. This is your double up there, your double self. Your double said you were protected from somebody that was trying to take over your mind. But we need to continue working on our crown. And our crown is sacred geometry. Be careful of the reptilians. Okay, Gina, I'm ready to look and see what you have to say. And if you have any comments about what I said that may be, it does say life here. You have to have life energy. People who have death energy, it's just ignorance, shame, or narcissism here. In order to enter life, you have to be part of that life energy. So it does say life there as well. You know what I think is so funny is that horse on a rocking horse. This is your white horse, and your white horse is like, hi, I'm the real one. I can fly. I am eternal. I am the real horse. This is a rocking horse. And we're like, oh. You're welcome. Yeah, the mind, can be overpowered. Your heart emits an electromagnetic energy that is 5,000 times stronger than the brain. Now, the sun emits an electromagnetic energy. This is why we have to go out into the sun and activate ourselves. Having too much sun can poison you. Having not enough sun can poison you. So it's all about balance. Yeah, there's the eagle. There's a lot of hummingbirds. This is time travel. Hummingbird is the only bird that can fly backwards. The 2 rings of power, the number 8, the 8th flame, the 8th color of the rainbow. There's an ancient prophecy about igniting the 8th flame, and this is bringing the age of Aquarius. But Aquarius is not for everyone. You either ascend there or not. Aquarius will make you sick if you have not raised your frequency. Yeah, balance is key because the Vesica Piscis is the boat, and the boat that rocks too much puts you back into the waters of chaos. And we can't leave our shoes on the doorstep. Cinderella, Cinderella didn't want to leave. What time was it that she had to be home? 12. 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, District 12. Jesus was 12 when he left the Bible. Harry Potter was 12 when he left the Muggles. Dorothy Gale was 12 when she left Kansas. The girl Tangled, the story, if you read it, she was 12 when she left the tower. So Cinderella leaving a glass slipper at the castle at 12 and going back, she should have never gone back. She could have stayed into her castle, but she was afraid. She didn't know that she was ascending. But luckily for her, her other half, her double, came and found her and said, here's your glass slippers. Stay clear of narcissism and wear these clear shoes as a promise that you will not wear muddy, dirty, disgusting shoes of lies. And so you wear those clear glass slippers. I mean, who in the world would wear a glass slipper really? It was a metaphor that your path and your divinity is clear. And so then she went from raggedy clothes to the clothes of God. And these clothes should be cotton and linen or wool, but do not mix wool and linen because they cancel each other out. But linen has 5,000 hertz frequency and organic cotton has 100 hertz. This clothing will help you become a healer. You cannot wear rayon, polyester, and nylon and silk and be a perfected healer. This is why all the gurus wore cloaks or tunics of linen. And this is why angels and people who pull swords out of a stone are often shown wearing robes or tunics, because they would put spells or amulets or crystals or salts or blessings in secret compartments and pockets inside their tunics or cloaks to keep other people's energies out and to be powerful. Look into it. It's an amazing thing that you can get into about the clothing. And it's not a cult. We're not starting a cult. We're following the Holy Dove. We're following the Holy Spirit and the hummingbird. We're following the energy of the sun to do these things in divine timing. It's not about controlling people or putting people into some program. It's not about that. It's going with the flow. If it vibes, wonderful. If you're happy and joyful, yay. And if not, then, it's fine. Yeah. Your double self is your born again self. It is a self that is connected directly to God, to Christ, there are 7 spirits of God in the Bible. So if one of you hears some Christian saying this, that, and the other, it's not true, you probably don't hear the voice of the Holy Spirit, because everything that I say and do and hear comes from the Holy Spirit. I used to question myself. I don't do it anymore. And if the Holy Spirit is dominating you in the book of Romans, it says there is no condemnation for anything I do or say. This is how Christ was able to present himself to his disciples, because your born again self is your double self that can look just like you. And your consciousness bounces to this double self. It is a person born on high. And there are 7 spirits of God. And Jesus said, my Father's house is a mansion of many rooms. These many rooms in this mansion are many people who are part of that body of God. It could be millions of people. Jesus said, turn over a stone and there I am also. So God can be a stone, a horse, and your double. Yeah. The Creator is somebody you should meet. Once you have doubled yourself, your consciousness will go up to the heavens and you will meet these energies, and then you won't have to worry about what's true and what's not true. Yes, if you don't know, ignorance can lead you back to fear. If you're the scarecrow on the cross, like Christ on the cross, you're taking on the sins of the world. You're taking on the energies of the world. So you don't want to do that. You want to forgive and let go and don't look back and seek first the kingdom of God. And then suddenly all the things and all the truths will come to you, and you won't doubt yourself, and you won't doubt your process, and you won't doubt your gift, and you'll become as powerful as Christ because Jesus said so. Oh yes, the number 9 is very significant. And I don't mean to be preachy. It's just, I really want people who are under religious mind control and dogma to go meet Christ on the spirit realm. Activate your energy. Go through the eye of the needle. Don't be self-important. Don't have the accusing spirit pointing your fingers, in that religious sense on TikTok, Don't be that. Just go find out for yourself. And if you can't hear the voice of God or the Holy Spirit, and you have not met Christ or these energies on this spirit realm because of your born again double self, then you have issues. You need to reconsider religion and tradition. Think twice. All right, Gina, thank you so much again. Just to give you a little wrap up, it will take me over a week to finish your piece because I have so many birthday parties this week, and Spirit will talk to me, and I'm going to make you a video. I don't know, I might make you a meditation or a song or whatever, and I just take my time. So please trust divine timing, which I know you do, and I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back. So you guys, I have to go make dinner for my son and my husband who have been out of town, and my son has a birthday coming up, and I'm so excited. So I usually don't cook dinner, but I'm going to be cooking dinner today. And so I'm going to go do that. So thank you for understanding, and I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back. Don't forget that tomorrow we'll have a class on becoming the Oracle, and at 12 o'clock Central, and I also have a reading tomorrow. So if you're led to be here, thank you so much for being here and supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and I know that if you were led here by God, by divine timing, and you are very obedient to God. And I think that I really appreciate that, because it's difficult sometimes when you're in the World Wide Web and people have these ideas and all that. So thank you for your support. And you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Have a song of joy in your heart. Have love in your heart. And put out a invisible rainbow like a Care Bear. And make yourself smell like strawberries, like strawberry shortcake. And get out of the tower of the narcissistic jerk mom or dad world and find your castle and your crown. All right, we will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.